What if the most valuable business in retail isn't the company selling products, but the company connecting everyone else? Every day, millions of transactions take place between people who have never met. They exchange money, products, reviews, and trust through platforms that quietly coordinate the entire experience. These companies don't need to manufacture every product on their websites. They create the digital infrastructure that allows commerce to happen at an extraordinary scale. As more buyers join, more sellers follow. As more sellers participate, buyers find greater choice. This self-reinforcing cycle is one of the most powerful business engines in the modern economy. The marketplace doesn't simply facilitate transactions, it becomes the place where the market itself lives. For centuries, commerce revolved around physical locations. Merchants opened stores, stocked inventory, and waited for customers to arrive. Growth required more buildings, more employees, and more capital. Digital marketplaces changed that model entirely. Instead of expanding through physical locations, they expanded by connecting participants through software. Buyers could discover products from anywhere. Sellers could reach customers without opening new stores. Every new participant increased the value of the platform for everyone else. This transformation didn't replace commerce. It redesigned the infrastructure that makes commerce possible.
The most successful marketplaces are powered by a simple but powerful principle known as network effects. Every new seller increases product variety. Every new buyer creates additional demand. As both sides grow together, the platform becomes increasingly valuable without manufacturing a single product itself. Over time, the marketplace evolves into an ecosystem where discovery, payments, communication, logistics, and reputation all operate within one coordinated environment. The technology enables these interactions, but the real engine is the growing network of people creating value for one another.
A marketplace succeeds because it reduces uncertainty. Before a buyer completes a purchase, countless systems are already working behind the scenes. Seller verification establishes credibility. Reviews build social proof. Payment gateways process transactions securely. Notifications keep participants informed. Order tracking increases transparency. Administrative tools resolve disputes and maintain operational consistency. Individually, these systems may seem ordinary. Together, they create something far more valuable: trust at scale. That invisible trust system is often the marketplace's greatest competitive advantage.
Now let's examine one implementation of this business architecture. Today's architectural blueprint is Modesy, available on Envato Market. Rather than viewing it as a finished marketplace business, consider it a reference architecture that demonstrates how many of the core components behind a multi-vendor platform can be organized into one system. Studying blueprints like this helps entrepreneurs understand the operational foundations of marketplace businesses before deciding how to differentiate them for specific industries or communities. Let's examine this platform through the lens of business architecture, rather than software functionality. At first glance, it appears to be an online marketplace, but beneath the interface is a system designed to coordinate thousands of independent activities simultaneously. Sellers manage products, buyers browse catalogs, orders are processed, payments are recorded, reviews build credibility, administrators oversee operations. None of these participants create value alone. The platform creates value by coordinating all of them inside one unified operating environment. That's the defining characteristic of a platform business. It doesn't replace the market, it organizes the market. Every industry has an engine that drives long-term growth. For marketplaces, that engine is network effects. As more sellers join, customers gain access to greater selection. As more customers arrive, the platform becomes more attractive to new sellers. This cycle strengthens itself over time. Eventually, growth is no longer driven solely by advertising or expansion. It is increasingly driven by the value that participants create for one another. That's why many of the world's largest marketplace companies continue growing, even after reaching enormous scale. Their communities become part of the product itself. Many entrepreneurs assume that success comes from selling more products. Platform businesses reveal a different path. Instead of owning every product, they create the environment where thousands of products can be exchanged. Instead of hiring more salespeople, they attract more participants. Instead of managing every transaction directly, they establish rules, systems, and incentives that allow the ecosystem to function efficiently. This shift from ownership to orchestration is one of the defining characteristics of the platform economy.
Modesy is only one example within a much broader marketplace ecosystem. Across different industries, you'll find platforms designed for retail, secondhand goods, digital products, local services, rentals, business-to-business commerce, and niche communities. Although these platforms serve different audiences, they rely on remarkably similar architectural principles. They connect participants, reduce friction, build trust, and strengthen network effects over time. Once you begin recognizing these recurring patterns, you stop evaluating marketplace software by its features. Instead, you evaluate how effectively its architecture supports the business model you want to build.
The greatest marketplace businesses don't simply sell products. They create environments where millions of independent businesses can grow together. Every seller expands the catalog. Every buyer increases demand. Every successful transaction strengthens trust. Over time, the platform itself becomes more valuable than any individual product listed on it. This is one of the defining characteristics of the platform economy. The market is no longer just a place where business happens. The market itself becomes the product that customers return to every day.
If you're thinking about building a marketplace business, don't begin by asking what products you should sell. Start by asking a much more important question. Which community are you trying to connect? Every successful marketplace begins by solving a coordination problem. It helps buyers discover trusted sellers. It helps sellers reach qualified customers. It reduces friction, increases transparency, and creates incentives for everyone to participate. Technology makes those interactions possible, but community is what gives the platform lasting value. The strongest marketplaces don't own everything. They create ecosystems where others can succeed. If today's architectural blueprint gave you a different perspective on marketplace businesses, you'll find the link in the description below. Explore the live demonstration, study how the platform organizes buyers, sellers, products, and administration, then compare it with other marketplace solutions available on Envato Market. Don't look for a platform with the longest feature list. Look for the architectural patterns that support trust, scalability, and network effects. Those principles can be adopted across industries and often matter far more than any single implementation.
Behind every thriving digital marketplace is an invisible architecture that coordinates trust, commerce, technology, and human behavior at an extraordinary scale. The products may change, the sellers may come and go, consumer trends will continue to evolve, but the systems that connect people, reduce friction, and create value across entire ecosystems will remain at the center of the digital economy. That's why this series isn't about reviewing software. It's about decoding the business architectures that quietly shape modern industries. If you enjoyed today's episode, subscribe and join us as we continue exploring the invisible systems behind tomorrow's opportunities. Until next time, keep learning, keep building, and remember, wealth is not built by working harder, it's engineered through systems.